I mean, Caitlin's one of one too, right? Like, she is unique in when the ball crosses half court, it's in the scoring zone. We have our hands full. You can't lose sight of her for a half a second. So we'll mix up what we're doing with her, mix up who's guarding her, but I don't think it matters that she hasn't played here since 24. She is who she is, and you know, as much as her scoring, shooting is a threat, her passing is even more dangerous. So we've got to be locked in, and it's not just, you know, whoever's guarding her. It's got to be all 5 people locked in, head on a swivel, because she's an unbelievable passer. Just her vision is incredible.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Man, we got to talk about what just happened with the Indiana Fever, because fans are heated right now, and honestly, I understand why. Everybody's looking at Kelsey Mitchell after this game, and the biggest thing people keep pointing out is the lack of ball movement. Now, listen, before anybody says this is hate, it's not. Kelsey Mitchell can score the basketball. We all know that. She finished the game with 23 points, and she was aggressive from the jump. But when you really look deeper into the stat line, that's where fans started getting frustrated. 27 minutes played and 0 assists. 0. That's the part people cannot get past right now. You look across the rest of the roster, almost everybody contributed something in terms of moving the ball or creating offense for teammates. But with Kelsey, it felt like every possession turned into isolation basketball. A lot of dribbling, a lot of forced shots, and meanwhile, Caitlin Clark never really looked comfortable or fully involved in the offense. And that's why Fever fans are upset. They feel like Caitlin Clark can't get into rhythm when the offense turns stagnant like that. There were moments during this game where Clark was barely touching the basketball for long stretches, and you could visibly see the chemistry looking off compared to what fans expected coming into the season. Now, on the other side, Kelsey Plum stepped up for the Sparks and looked completely in control. So let's listen to what she had to say after the game, because her comments are definitely getting attention too.
A defensive-minded player, so I feel like that's what gets me going. If I'm super locked in and just loud and talking on defense, I feel like that can fuel the team. But yeah, I'm really proud of the way we fought back today, and we're going to do better.
Lynn, I just wanted to ask about the offense. You guys missed your final 13 threes on the night. Do you feel that the offense is getting the right shots that you would like it to get, or do you feel like the players are pressing, or is it just, you know, make or miss type of night for the first 2 games?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're a work in progress on that side. The concerning thing is, you know, we only took 15. That means we're not, you know, I need to watch the film to see why. So I don't know, but we need to be shooting more than that. But yeah, I mean, in a spaced out offense, we've got to be able to knock down more threes than that. And maybe, you know, maybe we're a little rushed, or they're not getting them in the spots they're used to. It's a work in progress.
Second row left side, Edwin.
Coach, Era, I think, was rolled out after something in the third quarter. Can you talk about what happened and what her status is currently?
Yeah, she got clocked by an elbow. No call, no review, nothing. So she's out.
Mike Kyle, Red Review.
Mike here, Matthew, Alex Sparks, this for you, Cam. It seemed like after you got the big block early on, a lot of things started to roll for you. Really strong moves there in the second half, scoring. Just on the offensive side of things, where's your confidence level at after coach at the beginning for the game said you had a really good practice? So where's your confidence level on that side of the ball?
I mean, you always got to be confident, right? You know, my teammates aren't going to trust me if I don't believe in myself. The coaches, same thing. So, you know, I've had a slow start, but I'm putting in the work. The coaches, they work with me every day. They watch film, shooting extra. I'm trying to work as hard as KP over here. So yeah, I'm just going to keep growing.
She didn't have a slow start. We played 2 games, and she had a great game today. So the narrative of, like, you know, what's going on with Cam? Nothing. She's doing great. So we got to stop the narrative.
Marissa on the left side.
And just on defense, in the first half, I think they shot 60% against you guys, or in the second quarter at least. It seemed to get a little bit better in the second half. How do you kind of just like evaluate where the defense is at?
I mean, we won the second half. We just had a really bad second quarter, offensively and defensively. I mean, you know, a little bit in the first half, I thought we came out a little reactive versus, you know, reading what they were doing versus attacking them defensively, which I thought we did in the second half, and it was effective. So we've got to put 40 minutes together like that.
John Davis on the red side.
John W. Davis, Southern California News Group. Kelsey, this is for you. You had a game-high 25 points in this one. What do you feel like was working for you again? 2 straight games with, you know, a lot of points.
Yeah, you know, John, to be honest, I don't really care about that. I was more frustrated myself with turnovers, and, you know, like, trying to figure out the spacing and the timing. I think there was a lot of possessions that, you know, someone thinks they're going here, you go here, or like, you know, something gets tipped or just the rhythm is off. You know, we've been really good at cutting in the past, and I think we haven't really done that. And that leads to a lot of catch and shoot threes, which is like really high percentage. We're not getting those, so I feel like, you know, for me, I'm just gonna go back, watch the tape, figure out windows that I missed or what to do differently, and go from there.
Charlotte on the left side front row.
Charlotte Moore, FI 360 News. Ladies, you guys were coming back in the end. Was there anything that you can take from that run that you made towards the end, and also even in the first half that you can move forward with going into the next game?
Yeah, we got to show up to play when it's the first quarter. Like, if you haven't noticed the pattern in the W, talent is pretty spread out across the board. Hardest team playing wins. A lot of the time. Yeah, you got to make shots and stuff, but it's kind of magical when you play hard and kind of end up making shots. So I think that we have to have the intensity that we had in that run for a sustained game.
Cameron in the second row, left side.
Cameron Newby from the 9. I'm just wondering, with these games you've got 3 games in the next, you know, all close together. I'm wondering, in terms of that rhythm, having fewer practices, how do you kind of, as a leader, make sure that you empower the team to build that rhythm while still not having a ton of practice time?
Yeah, I think just communicating, watching film, you know, trying to figure out. I think our spacing has been a little bit poor too, and then just being in the right spots will help a lot. But sometimes, like, it's tough. You kind of have to find your rhythm throughout the game, right? But that's the beauty of this league. Like, you get another opportunity on Friday, and then another opportunity after that, and, you know, we'll figure it out. We have smart players. We have great coaching. Like, I have all the faith in the world that, you know, when the regular season is over, we will be there, like, in the playoffs and pushing. So I have all the faith. It's just the process.
Last question on the left side, Justin.
Kelsey, my question's for you. Obviously, last season is last season, but how would you compare these first 2 games, getting used to, you know, NECA being here and Ariel being here and Erica being here, to the first 2 games of last season where you were trying to learn new teammates, not just for you specifically, but for the team as an offense as a whole, process-wise?
Yeah, I think you've seen stretches of like, oh wow, like this team's got pieces and is dynamic, and we have, you know, scores, different threats, different positions, and then like when we're locked in, especially defensively, it can be really good. So I think like flush last year, right? This is a new year. Every year is different, different personnel, different people are different from the off season. You know, that's the beauty of our league. It's 6 months. You can get a lot better, be a lot different as a player, as a coach. And so I just think, you know what, just continue to trust the process. I know that we have the right people here, and we're going to figure it out.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, guys.
See y'all next time.
Yes.